Well, hi, baby. Good afternoon. It's Father's Day. It's Friday, Father's Day, July 23rd, 2021. Friday, Father's Day, July 23rd, 2021. I thought we would today. I think about all the things that I want to share with you, and all the things I want to teach you, and all the things that you may want to know, or may want to learn, or may want to learn from me, and get all these ideas of things that I want to talk about and share with you. And then suddenly, when it comes time to turn on the video camera and to do that, all the ideas go away and I don't know anymore what I want to talk about. Some would call that stage fright, I guess. You get nervous when you appear in front of people, although I'm not really appearing in front of anyone. Others, I'm sure there's some sort of scientific name for it, but anyway, all the ideas sometimes leave me. So I guess today's Friday, July 23rd, I thought maybe we would talk about money. You know, it's funny, there are a number of things that people will tell you that you maybe shouldn't talk about with other people, or you shouldn't share with other people, maybe around a dinner table or maybe around a holiday table. And they say maybe around mixed company is the term that they use, mixed company. Some of those things are going to be politics, religion, sex, which we'll get to eventually, right? And then money. Money is another one that, they say, well, maybe you shouldn't talk about it. Politics, some people say, oh, you shouldn't say who you're voting for, it's not polite. Religion, they say, well, your relationship, and we talked about this before, your relationship with God or your God is very personal. And sex, and they say, well, sometimes that's too intimate or too naughty, too personal as well. And then money, because you might make people feel envious or feel bad if they don't have as much money as you, or maybe make them feel too powerful if they have more money than you. So I kind of think all of that is hogwash. I think all that's kind of BS, bullshit. I'll just say it. I don't know how else you're supposed to learn about things like religion and sex and politics and money if you don't talk about them, right? You just got to talk about them. Now, talking about them in the right way is important too. You never want to get too excited when you're talking about sex. And you never want to get, too judgmental when you're talking about religion. And you certainly don't want to get too condescending when you're talking about money, or too proud when you're talking about politics. Politics changes a lot, doesn't it? One man for 1 minute is very powerful in this world, and the next minute he's not. So anyway, today we will talk about money. Not condescendingly, but we'll talk about money. And there is the head of Mr. Andrew Jackson. He was our President of the United States in the 1800s. I'll give you a lesson on him at some point. But he is on our $20 bill. On the back side is the picture of the White House. Actually, when he was elected, real quick, just a side note, when he was elected, there was a riot at the White House. He was supposed to be the people's president. And so he had a huge party, and some people supported him and some people didn't, and both people showed up, and there was a big fight, a riot at the White House, and they actually broke into the White House. They broke into the White House, and they broke windows, and they broke doors, and they broke dishes and some important furniture, and it was a mob that went into the White House on the day he was elected. So he was a pretty good president, although some people would find that controversial. He expanded the size of the United States with a lot of his progressive, they called them progressive policies back then. He was instrumental in the Louisiana Purchase, which almost doubled the United States in size. He was a part of a good many wars. There was a lot of warring going on this continent in the United States here during his time as president. Most of those wars involved the Native Americans, the Indian tribes in the Midwest and the West that the United States was at war with, and that happens sometimes. People fight, right? And so anyway, that's Andrew Jackson, and this is $20 bill, $20. It's not a lot of money, it's not a little money either, and that's the important thing to know about money. You always think, you may think at one point that you have a lot, and you probably don't. And then you may think at one point you don't have enough, and you probably do. A lot of people will tell you that money is the root of all evil. It's not, it doesn't have to be, only if you make it so. A lot of people will tell you that money is the most important thing, and that's not true either. Alright? It's very important to manage your money, to pay attention to it, and to control it. It's a tool. And it's very important to focus on money, and to focus on how much you have, and how much you need, and how much you want. But it's not wise to focus on money all day, every day. Well, for that matter, it's not wise to focus on anything all day, every day, right? Do nothing in excess. That's what my grandfather, your paternal great-grandfather would say. Do nothing in excess. And so anyway, money, very important in this world. To get enough of it, to get a lot of it, to focus on it, to manage it. It's also very important in this world to not let it rule you, control you. So, as you go in and you make your first money, and you work hard to make your first money, and as you manage your money, and as you grow up and get more money, and then need to manage it more because you have more, remember that, okay? Remember that it's very important. You should focus on it. You should manage it. You should never let it rule you and control you, okay? At the end of the day, you have breath in your lungs and feet under your legs and a good head on your shoulders, and you should enjoy the world, enjoy life, with or without it, right? So anyway, this is Father's Day, July 23rd, 2021. We talked about a little bit about money today. I'm sure we will talk about it more as it goes forward. I wouldn't trade all the money in the world to make things different on this Father's Day. I am being your father today, and I like that very much. And so, although all the world and all the money in the world would certainly allow us to have a lot more fun doing it, wouldn't it? So, and that's the catch. That's the catch-22. That's the conundrum when it comes to money. Okay? Nonetheless, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to me, your father. July 23rd, 2021.